was closer than Buffalo and probably their fans would have liked. Any concern with how Buffalo played in this one?
No, not for me. Just being honest. One of those things, a Thursday game. It's a divisional game. I thought the Dolphins, too, they're a pro team. There's a lot of chatter. Their coach is on the hot seat. Everyone's been dogging them. They showed some fight. It's a good win. Josh had 6 total incompletions. The numbers weren't eye-popping, but you feel pretty good. The run game was going. I will say the only cause for worry is I did feel like the Bills' defense, you really noticed Ed Oliver not playing and Matt Milano. Ed Oliver is a force. But again, when you've got this guy, Josh Allen, you see him smiling, smirking here. He spread the ball around. You saw him rush. Again, he was 22 for 28. Wasn't a crazy amount of yards. They didn't need it. You feel pretty good. You scored a bunch of points. Defensively, you're missing 2 of your best players. I would say there's zero concern for me if I'm a Bills fan.
If you're a Dolphins fan, you probably didn't love what Tua said leading up to the game and praising Allen, and you mentioned it, probably the receivers and tight ends in that room didn't like it. Having said that, as you pointed out, Tua really kept him in this game. But do you see him ever being a top-tier quarterback in the NFL?
I don't, and it's a bit sad to say because I like to. I think we all do. But there seems like there's been some sort of regression here. Again, this guy, he's not a rookie. He's drafted in 2020. He's played pretty much every year. He was the 5th pick overall. He's supposed to have a ton of ability. And I look at some of the situational ball. This was 7-7. First down, we just miss an easy 5-yard throw. And then we go on 3rd and 5 and we drop the ball, and it's early in the game, but this was when you were looking at, hey, we scored on our first drive, and that was the second drive. And then some of these plays, it's just one of those things where again, when you say a top-tier quarterback, you can't really picture Josh Allen missing, that type of throw. And in this moment here, when they're down 7 with 3 minutes in the game, this is just very, very poorly executed. Look at the eyes here. There's no real progression. It's just hey, I'm just going to go out here, throw the football. Bernard steps right in front of it, picks it off. It's hard for me to sit here. The arm strength's not there right now in comparison to some of these top-tier guys. It's very strange, but I would almost say he's regressed. This guy was the NFL passing leader in 2023, yardage-wise. And you go out here today and, even Herb Street on the broadcast is oh, he's playing efficient. We're not even throwing the ball more than 5 yards down the field. What has happened? It's tough to watch. Not the most entertaining thing either, I'll tell you that for free.
And not what we expected when we saw him in college for Alabama, and he's making big plays and leading his team to national championships. Yeah, you're right. Now, Mike McDaniel might be to blame. He's his head coach. Mike McDaniel, as you mentioned, is on the hot seat in a big way in Miami. Was such a offensive wonderkind, when he first came in, and people thought this guy's going to change the NFL completely. But did he do enough in this game, even though they lost? Did he do enough to calm down some of that chatter?
I think he did enough. Definitely, there was talk because they don't play till Monday that with that 10-day break, this was the time to do it. You came out here and the team battled, and some of the mistakes today, as much as I'd love to point the finger at a coach, there are some bonehead things that happened. Again, you said the offensive kind of genius. They did score 21 points. You're feeling pretty good. This was the highlight of the game. I love that they had this route in there. But when I say things like there are certain things that are not on Coach McDaniels, this right here is a prime example. That was a crucial penalty. You finally get a stop, and that happens. And it's just a matter of time. Everyone's getting points scored against them against Josh Allen. So I would say when you look at this game, they came in here on a tough environment on a short week. And they really, fought as hard as they could. They are not even in the same stratosphere as a football team as the Bills. And they were tied up with them late in the game. So I don't think he gets canned. I think they probably give him a couple more weeks. They got a week schedule coming up. Maybe they get a few wins, and next thing you know, maybe they turn it around. Yeah, they've got winnable games out of their next 4 games. There's no question about it. As for the Bills, their schedule looks a little bit different. Let's take a look at it. Look at this, Luke. Some of these, they're ready to dine out here. On some of these teams. Other than the Chiefs, between now and when they play the Chiefs, Luke, in Week 9, do you see a single game that they lose? No, the toughest one will definitely be Week 6. It's in Atlanta. You're on the road. I do think the Falcons present some problems, but they are better. They are a better team than every one of those teams before the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And they got a bye in there, so they should be healthy.
Yeah, they should be healthy exactly after that one going. And then they got the Panthers, who are still a tire fire, and then the Chiefs.
And that's why I think today was an important situation. One, you knock your Thursday game out. No one really likes playing the short week. They like the break as a player, but not the short week. But it's key for this team to make sure they have home field advantage. And again, Jay, forgive me for going back to my day here.
No, please.
But the year we won it, I say this all the time, the year we won it and the year that we lost in the Super Bowl, the 2 years we went, if we didn't have the 1 seed, I don't think we go to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Both NFC championships were in Seattle, one against San Fran, one against Green Bay. If we don't have the 1 seed and we had to go 2, back then it was Candlestick, or 2 Lambeau, I'm not sure we get it done. So I really think these games, as much as they might be boring for Bills fans, it is important that they continue to take care of business, because if Baltimore ends up, I know they have the tiebreaker, but if Baltimore ends up winning 14 games, you want to sit there with 15.
Baltimore, big test coming up Monday night against the Lions. But I actually want to mention the Chiefs, because they have a big test coming up against your guy.
I'll tell you this.
Wilson. If they don't win this
they
one.
They better.
Oh,
I've been
boy.
singing their praises, telling people not to panic, too. So if they come out here and let me down, I'm going to look like a dummy.
Kansas City trying to avoid starting 0-3 for the first time since 2011. This is the most fascinating stat from our stats guy, Hound Dog Harrison. The Chiefs are 0-7 all-time on the road against the Giants. 0-7 all-time.
I would have never guessed that.
This could be
never guessed that.
Sneaky upset.
Yeah.
Tune in to find out. Sunday Night Football, 7 Eastern. Our show will immediately follow that game.